glorious song of all.
We are ending a policy that was long past its expiration date.
So not everywhere you can find that many classic cars. I get the impression that whatever political differences exist at sort of a leadership level, I don't think that exists among the people.
Can you ask him if he pretended to have a gun even though he definitely did not?
Manuel, ¿es verdad que usted en medio de aquel tropelaje, cuando la gente se pusieron nerviosos, usted fingió que tenía en la cintura algo y no tenía nada? Dijo, usted se quieto todo el mundo que están rodeados.
De acuerdo.
¿Cómo le dijiste?
Así mismo.
No, pero dímelo a mí ahora.
No,
Como tú lo dices así con esa...
bueno, yo en aquel momento, yo me acuerdo que lo dije eso porque me lo exigía el momento histórico aquel. No se mueva nadie aquí. Todo el mundo tranquilo. Y
Estamos rodeados.
estamos rodeados. Sí. Dime tú, por tantos años que han pasado y...
If Vince Gilligan was writing this and it was about people sitting in that house for 12 hours, what kind of conversation would they have, do you think?
I think we would have had an intense conversation. People would have cried.
Oh,
crossed the finish line. I said, I'm done with you. we're even. I won't do whatever I want now.
There's plenty of biographies and documentaries and whatnot on Juan Fangio, your uncle. What do you think some of the fun stories are that we would hear about if we were sitting here with him?
I would say you are probably the most referenced person that's never been on the show before.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't know you by name, but I did grow up watching a lot of the stuff you made.
Somebody's actually gone to the pace car and stole it.
It's hard not to hear your name now in some of these episodes. To have you here with us today is pretty exciting.
Together, both slide to the outside wall.
Dickinson and Trickle right through victory lane.
One of the things we try to do with our show is to talk about legacy. What would you hope they take away as your legacy?
I don't know. I'm just dedicated to do it. I don't know why. Frankly, I truly don't know.
I think it'd be, we had a small group of people from Indianapolis and built a car with an Oldsmobile.
So, what was Cuba like in 1958?
In crisis.
25 years ago today, Cuba was racked by political upheaval and revolution.
We are ending a policy that was long past its expiration date.
So not everywhere you can find that many classic cars.
I get the impression that whatever political differences exist at sort of a leadership level, I don't think that exists among the people.
Can you ask him if he pretended to have a gun even though he definitely did not?
Manuel, ¿es verdad que usted en medio de aquel tropelaje, cuando la gente se pusieron nerviosa, usted fingió que tenía en la cintura algo y no tenía nada? Dijo, usted se quieto todo el mundo que están rodeados.
De acuerdo.
¿Cómo le dijiste?
Así mismo.
No, pero dímelo a mí ahora.
No,
Como tú lo dices así con esa...
bueno, yo en aquel momento, yo me acuerdo que lo dije eso porque me lo exigía el momento histórico aquel. No se mueva nadie aquí. Todo el mundo tranquilo. Y
Estamos rodeados.
estamos rodeados. Sí. Dime tú, por tantos años que han pasado y...
If Vince Gilligan was writing this and it was about people sitting in that house for 12 hours, what kind of conversation would they have, do you think?
I think they would have had an intense conversation. People would have cried.
Came upon a midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from voices waiting near the earth to touch our hearts of gold.
Tony, come on, lost it, got a pie in the marbles. You're now a winner of the Indianapolis 500, my friend. Great job, Tony.
Cross the finish line, I said, I'm done with you. we're even. I wouldn't do whatever the I want now.
There's plenty of biographies and documentaries and whatnot on Juan Fangio, your uncle. What do you think some of the fun stories are that we would hear about if we were sitting here with him?
I would say you are probably the most referenced person that's never been on the show before.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't know you by name, but I did grow up watching a lot of the stuff you made.
Somebody has actually gone to the pace car and stole it.
It's hard not to hear your name now in some of these episodes. To have you here with us today is pretty exciting.
Together, both slide to the outside wall. Nickerson hit trickle right through victory lane.
One of the things we try to do with our show is to talk about legacy. What would you hope they take away as your legacy?
I don't know. I'm just dedicated to do it. I don't know why, frankly. I truly don't know.
I think it'd be, we had a small group of people from Indianapolis and built a car with an Oldsmobile.
So, what was Cuba like in 1958?
All right, we'll just cut out of that video because we're live And we are going now for the season finale of Thursday Night Blunder. I am Sean Heckman, and with me, as always, is the real star of the show, Mr.
Jacob Campbell.
Jacob Campbell. Ryan Eversley, how are you?
I am well.
Good.
We've had a couple of unseasonably warm days, like 70 degrees yesterday here in Atlanta.
Okay.
So that's pretty nice.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like Christmas, but it's going to be cold again today or tomorrow. Moving forward.
Yeah, the couple times I've been down there this time of year, it's usually pretty cold out by where you live.
Yeah, we've had about a week and a half ago, we had a bunch of days in the 20s, which for Atlanta is really cold, and pipes burst and it causes all sorts of problems. So it's been a little bit weird this year.
Fun.
How you doing?
I'm I'm awake, so that's I made it on time, so that's good. I don't know if you're familiar with our show, Ryan, Dinner with Racers, but we've had a lot of content going out. We continue to have content going out. We got some more motor trends coming out tomorrow. We got some podcasts coming out right after that. So we got a lot of stuff coming out, and it's kept us pretty busy. That's all I got to say. But anyway, one of the things keeping us busy, now granted, we didn't do any of the work. Jacob Campbell and the fine folks here on our fan-run Thursday Night Blunder League have done all the work. But as we do every year around this time, we are presenting the Thursday Night Blunder World Finale. We've been doing and by we, I mean the Jacob and crew, the fans have been doing it. We haven't done crap. This is our fan-run league, featuring mixed cars on tracks they probably shouldn't be at, and they've been running this series over the course of the year, and the best of the best, the race winners, the top in points, the folks who transferred from last week's Last Chance qualifier, they all show up tonight for the big world final where we will declare yet another Thursday Night Blunder world champion tonight. And Ryan, you stoked?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm a huge fan of all the Riley race cars. And seeing these liveries that people have put together and the fact that they're crashing in practice tells me that it's not the easiest thing in the world. So I'm happy about that.
Exactly. So you mentioned the Riley car. So what is this event tonight?
So basically we are doing a tribute to Riley Technologies, Bob and Bill Riley, who we just released last week, one of our documentary style videos about the Rileys. And so this is a Darlington 70-lap race with the Riley Daytona prototype, the first gen. And so far, our people understand the rules. We've got great liveries, lots of Continental Tire sponsorship everywhere, and a lot of inside jokes, which we're also big fans of.
Exactly. So like Ryan had said last week on our Motor Trend YouTube series, if you go to youtube.com/Motor Trend, or if you just Google YouTube, and then from there you type in the search engine Motor Trend, you'll find it. But basically, we've got a whole docuseries where we've been running now for 6 seasons, Ryan. And our latest adventure that aired last Friday was, it's called Dinners with the Rileys. And it features Bob Riley, who's a huge legend of the sport, his son Bill, who of course now runs Riley Technologies, who's a good friend of ours and somebody I don't know why he tolerates us, but he's continued to deal with us over the years with the stuff that we pull. But the Rileys have been involved in the sport forever, basically, going back all the way to the Mark IV GT40 at Le Mans. That was something that Bob Riley had his hands in, going through AJ Foyt Indy cars to the Daytona prototypes that we see on the track right now.
Yeah, and in fact, they're recreating the Mark IV now. They're going to make a handful of them for sale, and we got to see the first one that they finished at the shop, got to sit in it. And there's a rumor that Bill might let me drive it, and that would just be the coolest thing ever. But like you said, he continues to tolerate us, and I actually think he likes us more than he lets on. He invited me to go drive that Corvette. He's been nothing but accommodating, and even though we bust his chops and he busts ours, I think we've actually become friends with him.
Exactly. So one thing we have not shown, Ryan, is you. So I'm going to turn the camera over to you for a second because I don't know what the hell is going on here. But there you are. So this is your home over in, I don't want to say downtown Atlanta, but sort of the Inman Park region of Atlanta. And what have we got going on here? It's a hell of a shirt.
So first off, the shirt, it says "You'll shoot your eye out," and it's got like the glasses have a like the BB hole right there.
Gotcha.
My mom got this for me last year, and I was like, I'm not gonna wear. All right. And then this morning I was like, oh, Mom's coming in with the clutch here. And then Sean, I like to do like camping and through hiking, and I like little gadgets and stuff. So I found these light strands that are meant for tents, and it rolls up into a spool. It's really lightweight. It's LED, and it quick charges and lasts a really long time. So I got a couple of those. I didn't realize that they came with Christmas light options as one of the light strands.
As they should.
So yeah, so you could basically, it's like you put it inside your tent or outside of your tent when you're camping, and it's super lightweight. And so I just strung a couple of those up. And then I've got my my stocking back over here over my left shoulder, and I've actually got an ornament somebody made for me last year. It's Frank and I, so that's hanging up there, and pretty cool stuff. So we are getting into the holiday spirit this year, and I figured everybody would get a laugh out of it.
That's nice. I appreciate it, and the lights on your shoulder. So.
Oh yeah, and I got this. I don't even remember how I got these.
Yeah.
The batteries are like on their last legs, but I'm gonna get one more run out of it, I think.
Yeah, if you want to make your dog miserable, layer them with one of those. But all right. Well, let's should we look at some race cars?
Yeah, and I'm getting a little more volume on my end, so I'm not sure how to adjust.
Yeah, that's on me. It's you are a little softer than you've been.
Okay.
But I've been trying to work on that. But you actually bring up a good point. Let's get to some race cars. You still are on camera, just so you know, but smaller. If you're watching this on Facebook, keep watching. We appreciate it, but we won't see the comments in the chat room questions you have. But if you're watching this on YouTube, youtube.com/Dinner with Racers TV. You'll see this live view, and Ryan sitting there watching the chats, interacting. If you got questions, if you got feedback, let us know. And things like that, technical feedback. We actually can't see the output on our end. We can't hear it. So if there's a problem, we don't necessarily know that it's there. So by all means, let Ryan know, and then he'll tell me, and we'll try to fix it as best we can.
And also questions about releases that we've had lately. We were promoting today Mike Rockefeller's podcast, which has been out for a little while now. But you guys have any questions about, the podcast we put out, the videos that we've put out? We've got one coming out tomorrow. Feel free. And then we're also going to have a special guest join us in a little bit, which you can ask him a bunch of questions too. So just feel free to chat with me through the chat room, and I'll reiterate those questions out.
Absolutely. But you and I are not alone making this thing happen. We've got 3 key figures with us that really do the real work. So we got Jonathan running the cameras. Say hi, Jonathan.
Hello.
All right, good. And then we got Jacob Campbell, who is really the guy who's kind of orchestrated the whole series this year, and Tyler Newitt, who is our admin/driver, because as always, the guy doing the race officiating driving is always a good idea. I think you'd agree with that, Ryan.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk to Tyler, and then we'll cut over to Jacob. So Tyler, I don't think you've had a lot of seat time on this configuration, correct?
That is correct, Sean. In fact, I would say I've had about 10 minutes of seat time on this configuration.
And so for a guy just jumping in, what can we expect here?
Probably a lot of Darlington stripes, I think they like to say down here. There will be a lot of Rileys with right fronts that are a little worse for wear. I think you'll see later on in this race.
I understand, and as I understand, we'll talk to Jacob about this, but you guys have damage on, and you have 1 reset, which means if you screw up your car, you can go to the pits once, and basically the computer will refresh it, but that's it. And in a 70-lap race with a couple dozen cars, I assume that's not going to be the easiest thing to manage.
No, it isn't.
Good answer. All right.
All right, great. Yeah.
All right, so we got Jacob with us. Jacob has been sort of the spearhead behind this. This year was a unique year for us. Ryan and I stepped back from running the series. It used to just sort of be a winter thing where we just did a handful of races at the end of the year. We wanted to do more, but also knew that we didn't have the capacity to do it. Talked to some of our super fans, including Jacob, and said, hey, if you guys did your own thing and we just handed you the keys, would you want to do more of it? Jacob stepped up and said absolutely, and Jacob's basically been running the fan run league here. So you guys have done several seasons over the course of the year, and basically these are all of our winners, all of our past champions, all culminating in this big World Final. Is that right, Jacob?
That is right, and plus Josh Chin, who's going to get a end-of-line penalty to start the race.
Did I just hear Josh Chin is going to be in this?
Man.
Josh Chin has connected, and he is going to be in the race.
Okay, so Josh Chin is a legendary figure of Thursday Night Blunder lore. Ryan, tell me about Josh Chin.
Josh Chin, we basically call snipe on him even if he's not leading or anything's going well for him. but especially when it is.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like just a targeted guy that we go after, and he's a good sport about it, which I wouldn't be, because it's been pretty brutal.
Yeah, we've been pretty cruel to the guy. So we've been doing a version of this series since effectively 2019. And Josh Chin has actually contributed or been part of it effectively since the beginning, give and take. Really, really fast driver. He's been in a bunch of our events and almost won. But Josh is, to this day, if I'm not mistaken, still never won a Thursday Night Blunder event. Now, I will say this with the clear caveat that he's won a ton of real iRacing events that matter. But when it comes to our stuff, he still can't get it done, and we may not have helped that with some of our rules, making sure that Josh never has an easy time. To the point, we've got a hashtag that's been going around over the last few years, Chin Can't Win. And I don't know. This is our big world final. This is a championship event. We don't know what next year's looking like. Do you think this could be the year, Ryan?
No chance.
I agree. Jacob, what do you think?
No chance.
Absolutely not.
All right. Tyler, you're the admin. Is Josh Chin going to win this one?
Absolutely not.
Good. Okay. I'm glad we're all in agreement.
Just checking the scoreboard there. I don't even see him in the top 19. So, yeah, it might not be necessary that we have anything to do with it.
We'll see how this goes. But anyway, so this will be a 20 minutes practice session. So there's about 7 minutes remaining. We will start racing at about 7:50, about 6 minutes from now. And there will not be qualifying because the grid is set by the season's performance. So the top finishers in the year-long league will start up front. The rest of the field in our last chance qualifier will fill out the rest of the field. Josh Chin will be in the very, very back, and we'll see how it goes. So there won't be qualifying. We'll just go straight to the race. It's going to be 70 laps. Tough to say, but it feels like there'll probably be a few cautions.
Yeah. I mean, we're seeing people here spinning in practice by themselves, like single car spins. And then also it looks like the draft is decent enough that you can suck up on somebody and then get a little bit loose there if you're not careful with it. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, more than once now we've seen people just get a little loose, and then that also, when you're pack racing around an oval, that can cause the guy behind you to run right through you. So we'll see what happens there. Quick shout out to Wyatt James, Jason Owens, a couple people saying hello in the chat room, seeing the comments. We appreciate that from you guys. Question for you, Sean, from El Macron.
Sure.
Is it that the wall is really high, or is that these cars are super low?
That's a great question, and I actually couldn't answer that. I do think it's a fairly high wall, but I don't know enough about Darlington to answer that in a real way.
So I have been there once for the Hot Rod Power Tour, actually, with Continental Tire, and it's a pretty tall wall, but also Daytona prototypes were, funny enough, one of the highest roof lines of prototypes ever, which is part of the design and also some of the criticism, but it was so you could get the drivers out of the car with an extraction, give them plenty of headroom for injury's sake, for crash damage. So I think it's a little bit of both, but if we were to run something like an IndyCar around here, it'd probably be invisible to the fans in the grandstands.
Nice.
But loving the liveries here. That all-orange Dinner with Racers car kind of looks like the old Sam Max entry from back in the day, but I really like to see our livery like that. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. We've had some pretty cool liveries here, and now we have a special process if you're new to our series where I would say in an oval race like this, the chance of people going a lap down with contact and you name it is pretty high. Yep. But we can give people an opportunity to get their laps back when we go under yellow. As we watch Lance Snyder completely lose it on his own, which adds up. And so if you look at something like Lance Snyder's livery right here, we will basically give people their laps back, give them a wave around if we like their livery. And it's as simple as that. So if it's a cool livery, if it's got a Continental theming or Dinner with Racers theming, throwbacks to some of our favorite people. For example, Michael Kelly here. Ryan, would this be a passing livery?
Oh, I would definitely give it a passing livery. A big DWR logo on the side, but also big shout out to Trading Paints, which is we're big fans of those guys. Great software they have there. And I like the DWR World Champion on the hood. I'm not sure on the color scheme, giving me Jamaica vibes, but I don't know if there's another tie-in that we don't know about.
But Jamaica vibes is good. We've been to Jamaica.
Yeah.
That was obviously episode 1, season 1 of our what is now our Motor Trend series. So, but this is a perfect example. He would get a wave around if we were under yellow right now. So the attention to detail and the attention to a cool livery is a big part of being competitive in whatever this series is.
Yeah, we got Andrew Hurricane Barca says, what's up in the chat room? And then Jamie Creasy points out, and we've shown this a few times, I'd like to see it again if we could, the DWR SunTrust livery.
That's Justin Parcher.
Yeah, Justin Parcher, who's always a stud for us. Love that guy. That car looks pretty cool if we can bring him up,
Actually,
especially the side shot.
I think this one is it. This is David Lindhagen, I believe. And I
Okay.
think he's got the same livery, or is that just a regular SunTrust? I can't tell. That might be a regular SunTrust, actually.
Yeah, I think Justin Parcher might have had black wheels on his. Just saw it a second ago.
He's in the pits right now.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Instead of
There it is.
SunTrust, there with racers. He's got LA Honda World on there. My former team. I race for Precision Racing LA. It's the same group. But obviously my Civic Type R that I daily drive came from LA Honda World. So we love that shout out. And the Continental's just looking so good there. And then I like the end plate. It just says dinner.
I appreciate that. Exactly. So,
Yeah.
all right, we got about 2 minutes remaining in practice before we jump straight into the race. We got a special guest coming up because we put a lot of thought into who we wanted to have, and none of them could make it, but we found somebody that was free. And but I don't think we could do a world final, Ryan, without a national anthem.
Absolutely, got to have it.
All right, we're gonna play the national anthem, get you in the mood, and then we'll come back with some Thursday Night Blunder world final race action.
Okay. Hang on.
Say, can you see?
Start over.
By the dawn's early light.
Okay, we got the dawn's early light on now?
Yep. Say, can you say, by the dawn's early light,
what
so proudly we hailed
at the twilight's last gleaming,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights,
for
the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming,
and
the rockets red glare,
the pumps bursting in
air,
gave
proof
through
the night
that our
flag is
was
still
there.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner. It's waving. O'er the land of the free,
And
the home of the brave. Play ball! Oh, wrong sport. Sorry, guys. Okay. Hang on.
Say, can you see?
Start over.
By the dawn's early light.
Okay, we got the dawn's early light on now?
Yep. Say, can you say, by the dawn's early light,
what
so proudly we hailed
at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and
All right, we're going to interrupt the second or third round of the national anthem. I'm not sure which one, and go live to the grid as the cars get up. We do have a special guest eventually joining. We had a couple technical hiccups, but when he gets here, Ryan Eversley, who do we have in the booth with us? Again, we had many great guests lined up. They couldn't make it, so instead...
The great, the only Ryan Lewis.
Ryan Lewis will eventually join us. And Ryan Lewis, he's raced all kinds of sports cars himself, prototypes, GT cars. He's doing a lot of coaching these days. He's a father, which has made him like uncomfortably mellow from the Ryan Lewis that I've known over the years. I don't even know what Ryan Lewis we're going to get today because I miss vintage Ryan Lewis, and like Dad Ryan Lewis is so much more sedate.
Well, based on the profanity that came up just trying to get him in the Zoom thing, I think we're going to get a prime Ryan Lewis here as the pace car is rolling.
All right, pace car is rolling. We missed the grid countdown here, but Jacob Campbell, this is based on points in terms of starting order. So who's on pole?
Justin Parcher was our fall regular season winner, so he's on pole. Art Reimer finished second, Doug Waits third, and I am fourth.
Nice. Okay. And these are all based on previous season's runnings. And so we'll see what we got. 70 laps. Damage is on. They get one reset. Looks like it's at dusk, so I'm assuming it'll get dark as time goes on here, which is pretty cool. And I'm excited. Ryan, you excited?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I always love seeing the DP class in general just because it's such a cool, neat part of it. But the liveries look so awesome.
They do.
Yeah, and again, the creativity that our group has. I like seeing the Mazda, the old Renown livery back there, which is totally random. Just love that stuff. So we got some more of our regulars joining us here. We got Carlton Vaughn. Shout out to Nick Sandor. And then, just looking forward to seeing how this goes and seeing what we get out of Ryan Lewis.
Yeah, exactly. Who does seem to be back in the call. Still without video. So we get Ryan Lewis, we can at least hear you. Oh, we're green, by the way. We are green. Okay. Justin Parcher's leading.
Yeah, immediately single file here.
Oh.
Ryan Lewis, can you at least see the footage?
I can.
Okay.
It's exhilarating. This is why I can't have my camera on.
About 4 cars hard into the wall back there coming out of 2.
And we're already wrecking. Wow. The chaos has already begun in the back there. Who have we got? Should we go yellow?
Yeah.
I think we got to go yellow.
We got to go yellow. Big one.
Let's give everybody a chance here.
Now, there's a couple things we got to point out. Damage is on. So a lot of cars just got really banged up, and they only get 1 reset for the 70-lap race. So if it's not too bad, maybe you stay out right now and kind of keep it going. Otherwise, that's going to put you back.
Yeah, and that actually is an interesting strategic point you mentioned, Ryan, is you do sort of have to be calculated for when you want to reset that car, especially if we assume, and who knows, but if we assume there's going to be a lot of yellows, if you can run a damaged car through the first half of the race and just sort of manage so that you can refresh it for later, it's not a bad way to go. All right, here we go. Here's our replay. This is Nathan Laverdier in that Brumos Porsche.
Next replay's better.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to see the big one here.
Oh, Tyler Newitt. Was Tyler Newitt in the accident?
Oh,
yes, he was.
Wow. Tyler Newitt, the Mike Shank livery, getting taken out by the renowned Mazda, and the Brumos cars getting wrapped up in it. So a lot of series regulars and favorites. Tyler, I believe you started 4th today?
I'll take that.
Tyler. Great.
Yeah, good answer. So Ryan Lewis. All right, it's going well.
Man.
Okay. All right, so this far into the race, who's Ryan Lewis? What's your take so far?
I mean, the Riley family are doing very well out of this so far. A lot of damage.
I got you.
It's good. It's going to be good for. It's going to be good for Bill's Lemons budget.
Absolutely.
Or Champ Car. Does he do Lemons or Champ Car?
Yeah, he does. He does Champ Car. What many of us would know as Chump Car.
Champ Car.
Champ Car. Same thing. But yes, so Bill is very active in the Chump Car community. Ryan Eversley just drove one of those cars a couple months ago at Road America. And, and some of these damaged DPs would absolutely contribute to that budget.
C3 Corvette, right?
Yeah, exactly. A 1980 C3 Corvette. It was awesome. It was an automatic 3 speed, so you basically just shifted up and down. And it was a great time. Probably most fun racing I had all year.
All right, so while we're under yellow, do we have anybody lap down? Looks like we've got.
We do, Sean. We do have a couple of cars already one lap down.
So Ryan Lewis, I don't know if you've done this with us, but basically, people can get their opportunity to get a lap back when we look at their car and decide if they have a livery that is worth giving them a wave around. And we'll wait till we see him. But it looks like it's James Nelson. James Nelson, yep. There he is.
Ooh.
All right, so that looks like it's an old throwback to the Mazda Le Mans winner. Ryan Lewis, you're the guest of honor. What do you think? Does this guy get a wave around?
Is he all the way at the back?
He is. Yeah, he's a lap down. These are people that are lap down.
Yeah, I mean, why not? It's not got a rotor in it. It's not a rotary, but he's put some effort in. Or maybe he hasn't. Maybe
the number
he just bought it
4.
Trading paints.
That's also fine, though. We love trading paints. So the number 4 of James Nelson. Number 4 of James Nelson gets a wave around. And we'll move on to Mr. Henrique. All right, so this is Jason Henrique, who's in a traditional Brumos Porsche livery. Ryan Lewis, what do you say?
Where did he qualify?
Qualifying, I don't know, but he's 1 lap down in 20th.
I can't go by how he qualified because I'm more interested in sending people that have started at the back up the front.
Fair point.
But the fact that he's in a Brumos livery suggests that he's a bit of an iRacing sweat. So
I don't even know what language that is. So no, okay, Jason Regan.
No,
is not.
yeah.
By the way, Ryan Lewis, the grid is determined by points over the course of the year, not
for this race,
outright pace. Exactly.
Yeah, should have done my homework.
Derek's,
Yeah, what we're looking for is Dinner with Racers, tributes, liveries,
showing up.
trivia,
Yep.
any of that stuff.
So I've just completely
Well, no, because
destroyed the basis of the
he'll get another
criteria
chance. Like if
already.
he's still a lap down when the next yellow, he'll get another chance. It's your
I mean,
call.
we did do a Hurley Haywood episode, so I guess it's relevant.
It is. That was a fun one.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So who's next?
That's it. That's it for.
Okay.
Remember, that was like lap 3, so not everybody's
Yeah,
gone a lap
yeah.
down yet. We'll have more chances. But I enjoyed that Hurley Haywood episode. We drove to his house. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a nice little town, and we then walked to where we ate. It was like a nice like evening stroll with Hurley Haywood and the two of us. It was actually pretty nice.
Oh, very civilized.
It was.
We had a drink out on his back porch, which overlooks the water. It was really it was beautiful.
Yeah, and he's got 2 cool dogs, Daytona and Indy, I believe.
Yeah, and then he sat at my table this year when I got inducted in the Road Racer Drivers Club.
Yeah.
And he had no recollection of me at all.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
I was like, hey, Ryan Eversley. He's like, okay.
Like, I've been to your house. I've met
Nice
your
to
dogs.
see you again. He's like, all right. Yeah, it was great.
All right, so Art Reimer continues to lead. He's been running strong. Justin Parcher in that beautiful Dinner with Racers livery behind him. Jacob Campbell, who runs the series, P3. John Cantu, P4. Doug Waite, who we will never look at, is P5. And then we'll just call it. But it's all a bunch of names that have been part of this series forever. So if you're a fan of our Thursday Night Blunder League, these are all names you know.
Now, why is the yellow taken as long as it is?
That might be because of us with the waiver rounds.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's good
Something
to
to think
know.
about later in the race.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's already 8 o'clock.
All right. Well, pace car lights are still on here.
So
if you have any questions for Ryan Lewis, he's a father now. He's coaching all over the place, and as funny as ever.
Can you hear my kid shouting? Is that why you brought it up?
No, it's just since last time we interviewed you, that's a big change in your life.
Yeah, we were commenting earlier, and you may disagree with this, but I have found the online presence of Ryan Lewis significantly more sedate than the old Ryan Lewis. And while I'm sure the new Ryan Lewis is better for your health, the old Ryan Lewis was entertaining as heck.
Yeah, not much time for an online presence these days, my man. I'm afraid.
How?
Anyone with a kid will tell you that.
All right, we are going green. Looks like Art Reimer is going to jump to the lead, and I'm predicting, Ryan and Ryan, that we'll probably have a green flag that'll go for a while here because it's already 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so if it's if you're hoping for a caution here, it might not happen even if you do have a big one. So try to keep that thing clean. I'm only going to get 1 reset. So if anybody didn't use that yet, that's a big advantage.
Exactly. So Jacob, Tyler, any idea on fuel mileage?
Everyone should be able to make it without refilling. So
Okay.
Yeah, Justin Parcher with a pretty big slam into the wall there going into 2.
Yeah.
So already with the Darlington stripe there.
Keep that thing clean. Words to live by, Ryan.
So
I don't know if I've said this publicly. I've said it to fans before whenever Ryan's come up in a conversation, but Sean and I have discussed that if we ever were to do a Top Gear style show, Ryan Lewis would probably be our 3rd host.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Sean?
I would absolutely agree. I would actually, if I was going to do a DWR-based Top Gear, I'd probably remove myself. I'd put Ryan Lewis in. I'd put Ryan Lewis and Bill Riley in and you. And because I think the 3 of you would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, we can't afford Bill Riley.
Fair, that's a good point. That's good. So you'll have to settle for me.
He's got a real job going, so you're back in.
Fair, so I'm back in. There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe
Bill Riley
a bit more
alternate.
just a bit more of a Gonzo sort of thing where we just sneak up on Bill,
right?
And and just film a show around him.
Do you have time for
But
Gonzo
he's not-
videos these days?
More these days.
Okay, we're leaving it there.
So
go ahead.
So Ryan, you've been coaching. I've seen you at a couple Ferrari Challenge events. What have you been doing there?
Yeah, being this year, coaching a gentleman named Don Garrett, a guy who's made a really good living, lives down in Florida, and finally decided it's time to go racing in his 60s.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, pretty awesome. And him and his wife actually both were competing in Club Challenge this year. So it's their very first year ever driving race cars at all. had a few exciting moments in a Ferrari Challenge car sitting passenger. But yeah, I think they're both of them are coming back for next year, so it's gonna be good. It's always much easier coaching people that are just genuinely very nice people. Occasionally, you don't get that lucky, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And let me interrupt real quick. Sorry, Ryan Eversley. Just if you're, we reminded you a few minutes ago, but if you're watching this on Facebook, we keep watching, but we cannot see your comments. But if you're watching this on YouTube, comment away. Ryan will take a look and respond. Ryan, have we gotten any response on sound? I've made some adjustments, and I think you're better, but I don't know.
Yeah, the complaining stopped so far, so I'm sure we'll hear something in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Ryan, when you're doing the right seating, are you? Is that in the Club Challenge class?
Yeah, Club Challenge.
Yeah.
So Club Challenge is something that Ferrari Challenge came up with to get as many cars into a weekend as possible. But it's a good funnel of getting people that have absolutely no racing experience and to get them into the Ferrari Challenge series. Plenty of people that stay in Club Challenge, but it's quite good now that there is actually a bit of staging before letting people loose with all the other maniacs in Ferrari Challenge.
Yeah. We've got a few more questions now that we've encouraged a little bit in the chat room. Ryan, what's your favorite race car you've ever driven?
Oh wow. Favorite ever is probably my buddy Don Yont's '69 Camaro, like fake Trans Am car.
Yeah.
Because it's just terrible, and it's trying to kill you all the time, and it never really works correctly. But it certainly makes you feel alive. So that's probably my favorite one ever. Probably the best race car I ever drove is probably the Oreca LMP2 car. It's just really good, really easy, surprisingly easy to drive. This is the thing that people get confused about. They think that like the higher up in racing you get, they think the cars get more difficult to drive. And it's like, no, they don't. They get way easier. Right? Yeah,
they get easier. I feel the same way.
The only problem is that you have to race against people that are like way better. So that's the difficult. The car is not the difficult part. The racing against a bunch of really good drivers is the difficult part.
You actually bring up a point that I think Ryan, you and I have talked about. I don't think this is inappropriate to discuss over the air, but it's not that bad. It's common when in some of our interviews where we've talked to people who've come from other forms of racing and then stepped into like a high downforce car.
Yeah.
You know, they were a GT driver and then they did an IndyCar test for the first time and realized, oh, this car fits my driving style. That is said a lot when they go to a faster, high downforce car. And every time I hear them, like, no, it's just got high downforce, so everything feels better.
Yeah, right.
But the problem is you're driving other people also in high downforce cars, so it's just a relative scale, and it sounds like that's kind of what you're describing.
Yeah, they like the especially like the endurance racing stuff. The actual, like banging laps in and driving the car is not really the difficult part. The difficult part is traffic is the trickiest part, and looking after your tires, and still that's where it starts to become tricky, is that you have to kind of look after the pace of the car and run a pace, even though now pretty much everything is like you just flat out the whole time, and the standard is so high now as well. I mean, I haven't raced P2 since 2020. It was probably not as high as it is now. But yeah, that's the hardest part.
Absolutely.
Any car that's got loads of grip, loads of downforce, you just...
But it's also a world you've done very well, and so you drove LMPC cars for quite a while, which it's not really a category that exists now, but you won Petit Le Mans, basically doing a big come-from-behind drive in the final hours, I remember, back in 2012. And so but it was exactly that you knew how to master that part of the deal.
Yeah, just got to be braver than the other guy in the last hour or so. It's really how I got it done. And we had a really good engine as well. That helped that year.
We have a question from Joe Lehigh. What does Ryan Lewis think about Connor Daly getting a full season IndyCar next year?
Fantastic. Lego head. He's back in.
What?
Lego head?
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks... Not so much now, because he's got his hair cut and his face has grown a little bit. But when he was a bit younger and he had the bowl cut,
yeah,
he looked like a Lego character. Lego head.
Love it.
Yeah, but no, it's awesome. Connor's, it's a weird. Connor's career, it's had its ups and downs, but he's genuinely one of the most experienced guys on the grid now in an IndyCar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's awesome that he's going to get a shot at a full season, and I think the Juncos car can perform. It's shown it; they can figure it out. It's a bit of an odd organisation, I think, in some ways, but it'd be awesome. He can, he gets to have another crack at it, another full season. He's obviously a big fan favourite, especially in Indiana. He's very well loved here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, and I would say among internet IndyCar fans, or like our kind of fans at DWR, I would say there's people generally like Connor. There's a mixture of opinions, but there's a rumor, Ryan, that I heard that there's a podcast that he's on or in the future.
That's right.
There's a rumor. I don't know that he might be on he's got his own podcast, but I heard that he might go on another very popular one fairly soon, which does make him incredibly likable.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that rumor as well. As also his team owner, could potentially be on that same list of podcast
of cool guests.
So,
a guy by the name of Ricardo, unless you know him, and we're going to call him Ricky Juncos.
Yeah.
No idea, but there's a rumor that both are on a really cool content piece.
Oh, interesting. Ricardo's a super nice dude.
We know people that had a really nice meal with him.
And he's got a hell of a story. Like it's to the point you don't believe any of it, but it has to be true.
Yeah, and we also kind of put the screws to him a little bit about some of the social media stuff, and I give him a lot of credit because he sat there and he took it.
Yeah, and answered very honestly. But that's what we heard.
You didn't bring up.
So,
say it again.
No, the people in question, though, they didn't bring up the Falklands or anything like that, or
no, they didn't. Ryan
wouldn't
Lewis.
recommend it.
Nope.
We had a running joke this year with the show asking, because Max Angelelli been to jail like 4 times or something. Have you ever been to jail before?
Me?
Yes, you.
Have I been to jail? Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
How many times?
1.
Okay.
Okay.
All
now
right.
you're a father, so we're not going to put the screws to you if we don't want to. But anything else you want to share?
I was a victim of an assault. Leave it at that.
They arrest the victims?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Fair.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jamie Creasy asks, is Ryan Lewis a Dr. Pepper guy?
Who is that just crashed? Oh, right in front of everybody, too. This is not going to end well. Hold on. What have we got going on? Who is that? I feel like this isn't going to end well. That's it's Alan Space. It's Alan Space, who we really, really like.
No.
One of the nicest guys.
Yeah, he's the
king.
best.
He kept going. Okay, he's good.
Glad he's back underway.
We are 30 into 70 laps, so we're still not even halfway. So we got a ways to go. I do imagine there will be a yellow or 2, but traditionally these races, for some reason, in the early parts, to make sure that we try to end around 8:30. Traditionally, they go for long green runs and then somehow get really yellow infused at the end.
Yeah, and also, I mean, this isn't the hardest car to drive around a track like this. Track's pretty simple as well. And those Continentals are doing such a great job of holding up that no one seems to be having too big of an issue, so that's great. Let's see. We had another question for... is Ryan Lewis a Dr. Pepper guy? Did we get to the bottom of that yet?
Yeah, I didn't get it. Oh, am I a Dr. Pepper guy?
Yeah, do you
like
drink Dr. Pepper?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Oh, what's your soda of choice?
Well, Diet Coke, I guess. But yeah,
Okay.
Dr. Pepper, I don't know. Anyone that's like really into Dr. Pepper tends to be a bit of a deviant.
Put thought into this.
Think about it. Anyone that you know that it's like,
This is why we had you on, by the way. I need to know more about this. Go on.
If you can't wait, I can't wait to have a Dr. Pepper. You're like, something's going on there. That's a bit.
Ryan Eversley, have you ever thought that?
Not about a soda decision.
Yeah.
Like I guess if it was like something really bizarre like Tab or something like that, but
yeah, but you can't. It's mainstream enough that there is access to it alongside the mainstream. So it's people. It's almost like the flat Earth of sodas. People just want to be a little bit. They just want to be a little bit anti-establishment.
I'm glad you came.
Yeah, this is
So the quote of the evening for me is simply going to be that people who drink Dr.
Yeah.
Pepper are the flat earthers of soda.
yeah.
I
It's
don't know.
fantastic.
I got no issues with it. You know, it
Yeah.
just it makes me think twice.
Sure, fair enough.
I don't know.
Okay.
Am I going to let you drive my rental car? Probably not.
Fair. We have a question about what are your thoughts on Miles Rowe, and how do you think he'll do in his second season of Indy NXT next year?
I think anyone going in year one into NXT is going to be, unless you're in a very specific team's equipment and have a bunch of, or you could have gone and tested equivalent cars. You're going to be hard pushed in year one. So, yeah, it's all up for grabs in year two. I think he had I remember a few of the races I was coaching for a Radical team, and he had a couple of good showings on the weekends that I was there. But I think even next now, I think the level has improved over the last couple of years, and getting it done in year one is going to be, considering there's so many people in that series that have been there 2, 3 years, 4 years, some of them. So that's extremely tough, especially with how limited the testing is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the biggest issue. So yeah, don't see why not.
Yeah, I got to race against Miles at Indy and GT4 for SRO. He was in a Cayman, and I think the race I won, he finished third in. So his first sports car race, he podiumed, which is pretty awesome. And Sean and I have always had a bit of a love for the kid because he does a lot of production work on his own. Look, I remember.
Oh, really?
I'm always going to respect the kid that's hustling for himself, which is what Miles does. Yeah, he genuinely does the work.
Yeah, we were doing the track walk at Long Beach like 2 or 3 years ago, and he's like out there with the gimbal, and he's like getting shots of people and doing actual like manual labor in front of all the IndyCar drivers who are also doing the track walk. And so many of these kids want to look like badasses and have the cool sunglasses, and like, I'm not gonna, lift a finger. I'm a driver, and here's this kid like sweating his ass off trying to work. So I hope that guy has a really successful career.
Absolutely. Well, he will have a successful career. It's just a matter of where.
Yeah, whatever it is, exactly.
Yeah, he'll be fine. So.
See, that's awesome. If he's grinding on that stuff, especially because if you like editing all that and the constant, and if you're trying to grow a following, you just have to be hammering that the whole time. It's like a full-time job in itself, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
as you may know.
What do you mean?
All right, let's check in on the race right now. So we are now 40 of 70 laps. Tyler, Jacob, did you get any sense of how long the yellow was on the first one? 6, 7 laps, something like that?
Time-wise?
It was about 5 laps, Sean.
It was about 5 laps. Good to know. Okay, so we're 41 of 70 laps in. Currently, I believe, is it Tyler Tucker that is leading, followed by Art Reimer? Josh Chin, 9 seconds back in P3. Obviously, if we go yellow, he'll be up to P3, but we have plenty of options to prevent that from happening.
But is the debris coming out?
Well,
I think there is.
Go ahead.
Looked like a big chunk of debris down in turn 3.
Is that what you saw, Ryan Lewis?
I didn't know if it was being deployed or not.
But it's definitely.
Yes.
But I would be concerned about the safety of that for sure.
I mean, it is an issue.
Okay, so there is some debris somewhere in the track, somewhere, worthy of a yellow.
Yeah, we can't have that.
And we can't have safety concerns.
Someone's window net.
Yes.
Get that net out, boy.
I'm saying there's debris on the track. There we go. All right, so we are yellow. Surprisingly, I'm not sure why. And Austin Tucker is in the lead. Will everybody catch up? And so we are setting up basically to go green with what might be like a 10 or less lap shootout. So that would be a good way to close.
We got wave round?
Sure. Yeah, so we're gonna wait for the field to bunch up. And then we'll do some wave rounds for based on the cool liveries. And Ryan Lewis, this will be on you. The thing I would say is we go through these pretty quick. So you got to look and you say yay or nay, and then we move on. Because we got a lot of cars a lap down now, I believe.
Yeah, we need to get them packed up first, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's just the wave around.
Oh God, we have
the
Rex.
SDA
Oh
anxiety.
my God, did people not see the safety car? Oh wow.
Wow, that's
Well,
going to have like real race implications
that
there.
does.
Those were cars that were running up front.
It was.
Man, that was a big hit.
That wasn't Josh Chin, right? Like no one was taking him out. I don't think.
I don't.
What was that?
That
No, it
looked
was
like-
me, Sean.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say, it
Right
looked
now.
like our race director.
Was that you looking at buttons?
No, that was me slowing up and the person behind me not.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so
all
here's
right, well,
Tyler. So the orange car's
well, they're
P2,
getting a
and then
drive-thru.
oh my goodness, who is that?
Ooh.
So who was it that just hit Tyler? And why?
How dare they?
Also, I'm not P2, Sean. I'm a lap down. So.
Well, we'll see if we fix that.
Yeah, we can probably help. So.
We know the race.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Well,
while they're packing up there, Andrew Hurricane Barca has a question. What's been some of the most unexpected things you've experienced since becoming a parent?
Jesus Christ. Unexpected.
Here's a replay, by the way. Oh no, it's not.
okay.
This is the live feed.
So this is I have strangely a bit more grace for other human beings now. I think sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah. I
Coming
know.
from you.
I don't know how I feel about
yeah.
that.
But
Yeah.
this gets cancelled out though. So I have a bit more understanding for why some people are the way they are. Because I'm just like, oh, your parents were just not very good. You know, just generally your parents did a bad job.
It's not good.
And see, I was going to turn it around. I told you. I wasn't going too far off script. Mainly because I can see how much effect that really does have on kids. Is like,
Oh, interesting. So like you have
everything.
behaviors that you're already seeing translate.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I get that. And how old now?
3.5.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
and it is really, really difficult. You have to, and I can't imagine what it's like for people that have less free time than I have, or have.
Yeah.
So being a parent, I have a newfound respect for that, being a parent, how difficult it is and how important it is. But at the same time, there's so many parents that are just absolute trash and are just ruining their kids and are just destroying this country because they just do not care and have zero interest in actually stewarding their children, and it infuriates me.
All right. Well, speaking of stewarding, let's come up with some wave rounds once the field is packed up. Are we in a position for wave rounds, Tyler? Or are we still doing pit stops and such?
Yep, we're good to go.
All right. So let's start taking a look. I see the first car a lap down. Looks like Lance Snyder on my screen. I don't know if that's what you guys have. So let's see. If
Yeah,
we
and
can
he's 10th, so I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah,
of
there's a
cars
lot
to
of
go.
cars to go through. There are 24 laps remaining. All right, so this is Lance Snyder. He's got the DWR logo, the Motor Trend logo on it.
Go on, Lance.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
Lance
send
Snyder
it.
gets a wave around. I'm not sure. Number 75, Lance Snyder, number 75, gets a wave around.
Motor Trend. Interesting.
Well, that's we have a series on
We're
Motor
on
Trend.
Motor Trend.
There's a new episode coming out tomorrow.
Oh yeah, sorry.
New episode coming out tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, featuring a really cool, one-of-a-kind character
Again?
in sport. Brumos Porsche,
Again,
Nathan
Laverdure.
Laverdure.
Nathan, come on, mate.
So yes or no? He is
Yeah,
currently.
he gets it this time. So
All right.
All right, so Nathan in the I don't know what number that is. Number 58.
Well,
Number 58.
58,
Nathan
so-
Laverdure gets a wave around.
Laverdure.
Levidal.
All right, back to James
Again?
Nelson in the Mazda number 4. What do you say?
Jesus.
Again?
And the Alan Prost helmet.
Yes.
As well.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, he got one already. I don't feel like he should get another one.
Nope. Next. How's he
Okay,
get
so
one?
no. So no for James Nelson, according to Ryan Lewis. Again, James, that's Ryan's call, not ours. Next, I believe, is Tyler Newitt.
Yeah.
Trying to help. Sorry, James.
Next up is, I believe, Tyler Newitt. Now, Tyler is also our race official.
Yeah. Yeah.
Star
he gets
Works?
one.
Yeah, Tyler gets one.
All
That's
right,
Star Wars.
and that's Mike Shank. But either
Yeah,
way,
whoa,
Tyler.
whoa. Time out. Hang on.
Yeah.
Pirellis?
Oh, Tyler
is
Newitt.
on Pirellis? What the hell, man?
Isn't that the boat sponsor, isn't it?
Dude.
Number 60 of Tyler Newitt. I don't know what to
All
say
right.
with you, dude.
Yeah.
Mike
just
Shank is
give
fine.
Just give it to him because he helps.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. Next up
With the 13 car.
is Mr. Grantham. let's see if we can. We'll give it a second here to switch over. But I believe
like the
next up
echo.
is Justin Parcher in the number
Yeah.
55.
Iconic.
Yeah,
Iconic.
absolutely. That cool Dinner with Racers SunTrust logo. Justin Parcher in the number 55 gets a wave around. Justin Parcher in the number 55 gets a wave around.
I'll give you a hint here. Everyone's going to get a wave around unless it's really bad.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alan Space
right.
here with a Pier Michigan, but
Alan,
very specifically
OG.
Conti logo.
Continental.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's OG DWR.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he
So
is.
He
He's
is.
the man.
Yeah, he's a very loyal dude. All right. The number 889 of Alan Space gets away.
Style aesthetic logo on there.
Yeah.
Good dude right there. Yeah.
889. Alan Space. Wave around.
All right. Jacob Campbell.
We did miss Drew Grantham, number 19.
Yeah, I was catching that. All right. Well, Jacob Campbell. Oh, is that Miles the dog on the front of Jacob Campbell's car? If we go back to the front, there we go. That's Miles the dog,
yeah.
who's been a big icon of the show. So I'm going to overrule whatever. Jacob Campbell.
Yeah. You get
Jacob
one
Campbell
of your
gets a wave
16
around.
laps back.
Yeah, exactly. In the
All
I don't
right,
even
so
know
we
what number
should-
he's in. So Drew Grantham.
Yeah, we should pop back up to him. He's in 13th place.
Yep.
We need to hurry this up.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
We still got 20
We
laps.
got 21
here,
laps, so we're
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
Oh, Drew Grantham in
Okay.
the
Oh,
suntress
yeah.
with Conti slapped over it. I
Definitely.
approve.
I appreciate the effort. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Drew Grantham definitely gets a wave around.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a number
Yeah.
19. Number 19, Drew
Yeah.
Grantham.
That's
The
awesome.
Bear Bond Continental.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right. It's holding the door closed. Yeah.
That's actually that's a kind of appropriate for the era as well.
Yeah.
All right. We're not gonna. Yeah, there will be no Doug Wait. Doug, if you're watching, we're not gonna show your car. You're not getting a wave around. It was very clever what you did. Can't show it though. So no.
I'll text it to Ryan. So he can
Yeah,
see it.
yeah. It was very clever. Truly was very clever. He did a throwback to a couple of our stars, some very specific stories. But this is also a stream with our Continental logo on it.
Yeah.
And we're not doing that. So,
Yeah,
all right.
so-
So we'll have. So we got 20 laps to go. I assume we're going green shortly. I would say if there's a big pileup in the first couple laps, we can go yellow again. Otherwise,
quick-
we go green. Just a
yeah.
quick one. A short
yellow, like IMSA would say.
as we say
yeah.
in IMSA. But if we're clean for the next 10 laps, then we won't. So basically, if we have a big one before lap 50, if we get to 59 of 70. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, I'm not the race official.
Yeah. So, big shout out to Robin Romish, who is currently watching us out in Denver, Colorado, checking us out. You and Robin have worked together a couple times, Sean.
We have.
Yeah. One of my closest friends, and also was my data engineer on the Rick Ware NSX.
We're accurate, absolutely.
Yeah,
All right,
love
we
that
are green. We are green, and got quite a few cars stacking here. Is that Josh
Yeah.
Chin in P2? Now P1? Tell me that's not Josh
What?
Chin.
P1.
Let it.
Josh
Yeah,
Chin
let
is
that-
P1. Josh Chin
Let
is
that
P1.
go.
Yeah, we're going to let it go
that
for a minute.
It's going to be even better when we get rid of it later.
Exactly.
Tyler died.
Yeah, man, that was a big save there.
And
Debo, no.
What has happened?
I don't know what just happened. Is half the field missed? Oh, we.
Oh,
a pretty
yeah,
big
full
stack of-
course, full
All right,
course,
we're for
full
course.
course.
We're full course. Plus,
Yeah,
Josh
quick.
Chin is leading.
Yeah.
We'll
no
go
wave
yellow.
rounds here.
We'll
full
go
course.
yellow. We'll go yellow. It's a short
This
yellow.
will be
It's a short yellow.
Quick yellow. Man, that was huge.
Pits are closed.
Whew. Yeah, once again, if you have any questions for Ryan Lewis, who's joining us, Ryan's raced everything from, was it the Atlantics when you did it?
Yeah, Champ Car Atlantic.
Yeah, Champ Car Atlantics, prototypes, GT cars, all sorts of stuff. And also has pet chickens.
Well, yeah, fewer than I used to have. One's about to check out.
Ah,
I see. Oh,
Bad times.
Going to
Had to,
Chicken
have
Lake.
had to have that conversation with the
with a
the
3-year-old
kid.
about Chicken Lake.
The chicken's gonna go to sleep forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
While she's eating chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now,
what do you do with it?
what with
Like,
a chicken?
are you burying it in your backyard, or do you?
well, the vast majority of sensible people would do that. No, but
Yeah.
This chicken is at the exotic animal vet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
I see.
Yeah, sounds like a whole thing.
Oh yeah, it sure is. But actually, I don't know if Robin told you this. I worked with Robin recently at Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, he did actually. Yeah, so explain what happened there, because basically a couple of our buddies were you were like handlers, right? Like kind of giving like laps and showing people like VIP tours.
Yeah. So the company I was working for, they are like an ancillary company for Paddock Club for Formula One.
Yeah.
So I do the North American races, where you're a expert host for Paddock Club guests.
So you're just the guy who's knowledgeable, basically.
Yeah, so this company in particular, they hire motorsport professionals, either people that race or have an engineering background, but people that can speak to Paddock Club guests from an informed position about Formula One. Yeah. So.
And was Robin one of the engineer?
Robin was. He was
nice.
He was drafted in for Las Vegas.
That's cool.
Yeah, because wasn't there like some people got stuck or couldn't get into the country or something?
I'm not going to speak on that issue.
Okay, 10-4. I got a call to ask if I wanted to do it, and I honestly, it sounded miserable. I was like, no thanks. But I didn't know that you were going to be there or Robin. I would have totally gone.
Damn. Vegas is it's a young man's game for sure, because Vegas is a really rough one because the hours of the races.
Yeah, right.
You don't finish work until 2 a.m.
Right.
But if you are, it's a little bit wasted on me because I'm just not super interested in being that close to Formula One. It's pretty cool,
right?
And then it wears off after the first hour because I'm
right.
such a miserable git. But it is pretty cool. You get to do all of the kind of Paddock Clubby stuff without the booze and the food, and you get extremely close to Formula One. So it is really, really cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so speaking of cool, we are getting to the final. I think the lights are off, so I imagine we're going green if we round 4. Tyler, what happened, by the way? We were talking, but we saw the replay and seeing you go around. What happened?
What happened was my inferior quality tire disconnected from my car.
I see. Oh, okay.
And I had already used my fast repairs. So clearly, obviously, I didn't have time to make a event-specific paint, unfortunately. I suffered for it. And the tire failed quite easily.
We are green because of a tire failure, and it was not a Continental. And Josh Chin, already up to just short of a second lead on everybody else with 14 laps to go. Could this be the race? Could this be the time that Josh Chin finally wins a race here on Thursday Night Blunder? There's a lot of cars jostling behind him, not making it any easier. They have to get single file if they're going to catch him.
Yeah, we're hearing from pit lane that Alan Space has had to retire. His day is over. He had a lot of fun, but the car will not be continuing.
All right, we have 13 laps remaining. Josh Chin now at a 2.5 lead. At a certain point, we might have to call a snipe. I don't know what the stakes would be, though. So Ryan,
it's impressive the amount of people that are just pancaking the wall coming out of every lap. Ooh.
I wonder if the car can take it.
I mean, it looks like it might not be the slowest way around.
So how many hit points do these things have?
Well, speaking of hit points, so Ryan Lewis, we do have an option that sometimes our fans will call out, some of our participants in the race. We call it the sniping option, in which we can declare we want one of our competitors taken out through a snipe. Now, in a non-championship finale race, usually the stake is to advance. Like if you perform the snipe successfully, you can go to the final. Problem is, this is the final, so the guy that wins the final is the world champion. I don't know what we can give out for a snipe. We could have a world championship sniper, maybe. I don't know. Eversley, Ryan Lewis, any thoughts?
I mean, I don't even know if we have to call it out. We got cars that are 29, 30 laps down that might want to just hang back and make it exciting. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah. Well, we're just talking here.
Yeah, we're just talking.
We're just talking, but Josh Chin now up to a 1.7 second lead. Again, Josh Chin, part of this series since the origins in 2019. Always fast, never won, somewhere between unfortunate luck. He has made a few unforced errors on his end, and then of course several good snipes and things that we've done to help along.
Yeah, and the beloved John Cantu sitting there in P2, you know, Dogathan, as the fans know him as well. So somebody that I think everybody would like to see is within striking distance.
Yeah, or even Tyler Tucker, who's very, very fast himself.
Absolutely.
Oh, excuse me, Austin Tucker. That's Austin Tucker, not Tyler Tucker. But regardless, he's not Josh Chin. That's what I care about.
Exactly. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And that lead is increasing now, by the way. Josh Chin, 2 seconds up with 9 laps remaining. It's getting harder and harder.
Yeah, if anyone's going to make a move on this, I got to be thinking big picture here.
Yeah.
You know, maybe just back her down a little bit, get those tires cooled off so you can make a big run to try to catch up to
I mean, I see Justin.
Like back all the way, like you got to like take a lap at like pace car speed. You know
I see Justin Parcher is a lap down. So Justin doesn't have much of a shot here in that awesome Dinner with Racers SunTrust livery. James Nelson, Jacob Campbell. These are all people that, you know, could maybe have some
bump and run. Whoa!
Oh, wow. Is this for P2?
Yeah, I mean, the race
Is that
that's
awesome?
happening here for P2 is actually pretty legit. Oh, big spin back there. Oh, he saves it. Nicely done, but going to drop back about 5 car lengths.
Meanwhile,
yeah, the
so this is a great battle for P2, and if something were to happen to Josh Chin, this would be for the win. So this is still pretty high stakes among these folks.
Yeah, and it's getting really dark out there too, Sean.
It is. There's a lot of things. Like if you just can't see and you just happen to steer right into Josh Chin, that could be a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we watch the battle for P2 here, this is a battle for 6. That's Jason Owens, Drew Grantham, and David Lindhagen.
Yeah, Jason Owens a good dude, and happy to see him out there running with us. But if you have a question for Ryan Lewis, Sean, or myself, we got about 5 laps remaining here, so don't be shy in the comments. And thanks again for supporting us and tuning in.
Whoa, and this is for 6. Then we've got Dan. They're not going to make it.
Here's some
Nice.
RG
But
bars.
we're staying green. We're
Yeah.
staying green regardless of all this.
Staying
Now,
green here,
again, if you
so-
just got spun out and you're mad and you happen to see Josh Chin coming, this could be your chance. And, oh!
Again.
Josh Chin
Wow.
has dropped out. Did Josh Chin just get taken out?
Wait, what?
He got taken out.
That's him. That's him right there.
Oh,
Josh Chin,
And it
P5.
has-
Chin can't win.
Chin can't win. Chin can't win. All right, the prophecy is true. Josh Chin just fell back to dead. We'll get a replay once the race is over here. Oh, we'll watch it right now. Here we go. So let's see what happened. This is the view. Oh, and that's James Nelson in the hated livery by Brian Lewis, but Jason Nelson coming in.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I knew this guy
okay.
didn't. I knew this guy didn't deserve a wave around.
So is James Nelson back in high on your book now, Brian Lewis?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's entertainment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an entertaining guy, clearly.
He went up a
It
notch.
really-
He's at notch 1.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying it seemed so civilized for such a long time, and then it devolved fairly quickly in the last 10 laps or so, didn't it?
Exactly. We got 3
Went
laps
back
to go. It's now between Austin Tucker, Nathan Labrador, John Cantu. I believe, is it Michael Kelly?
Yeah, Josh Chin's still P5 here. He's only a couple seconds
He's
back,
not out.
So,
3 laps to go.
See what happens here.
Who can do a good Lee Diffie impression?
Well, you've got the closest accent.
Yeah, I think
As in you have an
I
accent.
don't think I can do it. Whenever I have to do something like this, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, he deserves everything he gets paid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no, he's
do
very
it.
good. Absolutely.
Actually, he
He's so
called
good.
Darlington this year in
He did,
NASCAR.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like phenomenal.
Yeah, he crushed it, right? He was amazing.
Yeah. Well, it's funny is like he was talking about how Chase Briscoe was thinking possibly about the Xfinity race from like 2 years prior, and online everyone's like, no, he's not. And then Briscoe wins, and he goes, I was thinking about the Xfinity race from 2 years. Like, Jesus Christ, Lee.
All right, we got
like, he's so good.
We have just 1 lap to go here. This looks like it's a replay because Nathan Labrador also into James Nelson. James Nelson making it hard for everybody now. But either way, we've got 1 lap to go. Austin Tucker. And no, John Cantu's in the lead now. How did that happen?
John Cantu with 3
Replay
second
coming
lead
up.
too.
All right, we're gonna have a replay once we're on the last lap.
Coming down to it here.
John
Last lap.
Cantu setting up to be a world champion. John
Wow.
Cantu, a huge Dinner with Racers fan. Should I do it?
Absolutely.
John Cantu's been a huge Dinner with Racers fan. Is this his day? He's got it all on the line. He's been a fan since 2019. He's been to every event that he could make. He's been, he's worn the T-shirts. He's been to the events. He's been part of this scene since the beginning. Is this going to be John Cantu's day? Half a lap to go. I was too soon.
He's been wondering. He's been waiting. He's been hoping. It's all coming down to it. It's all to play for. Can he win it?
And it's going to be
Yes,
John
he
Cantu.
can!
John Cantu is a Thursday Night Blunder world champion. So this is the replay, I believe.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. You guys.
Yeah.
So this was the
Not bad.
leader, Austin Tucker. Did he just spin on his own? No, that was the lead. That was Austin Tucker just spinning on his own. Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tucker.
Man.
Oh.
Tucker.
Oh, wow. And
So
John
good.
Cantu is a world champion. He's been such a fan of our stuff for so long. We both know him personally through this,
Yeah.
through just being a fan of what we do. And
great dude.
John,
He's a great dude.
he's one of my favorite people in the world. Super character. He's out there in Northern California, not too far from where I grew up. Big 49ers fan, just like us. And he's, I mean, how many of these races has he been a part of now? So a world champion, John Cantu. I'm sure he'll join us in the Zoom call as he gets the celebratory wreck from Justin Parcher on his roof. That's
Yeah.
cool. Well, I'm glad that
What a-
between John Cantu and Josh Chin, I think we made the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. So, very worthy champion, obviously a supporter of ours, and an actual racer himself. He does a lot of work with flagging and just other race officiating stuff out in
he's
California.
been part of the safety team for a lot of the races up
Yeah.
in Northern California. He's been,
Yeah.
when you see the safety team show up at Sears Point, whatever it's called now, Sonoma Raceway or Laguna
Yeah.
Seca, he's the guy. So, wow. So, but pretty good list here. Lance Snyder finishing P6. I just missed the rundown, but looks like, is that Justin Parcher having fun with him? No, it's not quite sure who that is. Either way,
Yeah.
John Cantu is a world champion.
Good stuff. Jacob Cantu, how did it end up for you?
Well, my cat's disconnected me from the internet about halfway through the race.
So this is Josh Chin's view, by the way.
Yeah, fantastic.
And this is how Josh Chin lost another Dinner with Racers opportunity.
This looks like a lack of talent to me.
Yeah, as far as I can tell.
Skill issue.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Ryan Lewis, you said it yourself, so much of these prototype races is about positioning your car through traffic, and you have to not hit people, right?
Well, I mean,
if you're the car behind...
It's not like it's a packet of peanuts, is it? I mean, it's not hard to miss. It's got the Renown livery on it. How are you just driving straight into the back of that car?
Yeah, you can't miss that car. Also has 0 DWR anything on it.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's not going to help. The aura is just way off on that car as well. So.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Man, well, are we going to get an interview with our world champion?
We'll see
here?
if our world champion joins the Zoom. He's got to do that on his own. John, if you're watching, let's get you in that Zoom link. I believe Jacob Campbell sent that earlier out today. Mike Kelly is in the waiting room. Where did Mike Kelly finish? Any idea? Jonathan? Or,
Second.
Let's get Mike Kelly
nice.
in here.
Yeah.
All right. So Mike Kelly is joining here, and he'll be on. Looks like he's slowly loading in once everything goes. But
I believe John Cantu is stuck on the racetrack, so he might need a minute.
Well, he might need a tow here.
Yeah, he's getting a push from one of the SunTrust cars, which is really nice of him. So good sportsmanship.
Mike
Pass it
Kelly, from what I can see in the waiting room, Mike Kelly, you're muted and with your camera off. I don't know if that's intentional.
I do not have a camera, but I am here.
There's Mike Kelly. All right, so Mike Kelly, P2.
Well, immediately, someone in the chat room says, "Do not interview Mike Kelly."
Man, no love.
Who'd you piss off?
Doctor Who.
Oh,
probably Lance. Yeah, that's Lance.
Okay.
Lance followed up with, "You are a rapscallion, so do your worst, sir."
Okay, so why are you a rapscallion, sir?
Well, Lance and I go way back to flagging at Summit Point, VIR, working at SCCA corner, working together. So he's a good guy, and we gave each other a lot of shtick over the years.
Okay. Nice.
So
how'd it go? How was your race?
You know, I blame John for the terrible setup and the wrong gearing choice, but, at the end, the Cantu cars were 1-2, so, it's been a good day for Cantu Racing, so.
Okay, so John did the setup work here, and it looked like he reaped the benefit.
The master behind it all, yes.
That's 2 races in a row where his setup was used for the top guys, so he's becoming a bit of a guru there.
So from what we could see, there was a pretty good battle for P2 while Josh Chin was leading. Now, if I'm you and I'm seeing that Josh Chin is the leader and I'm battling for P2, I might look at that as sort of kind of being in the catbird seat. Was that what you were thinking?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've been watching and running DWR, the Blunder, for a few years, and we know how this goes. So I knew Chin was doomed from the start. And John and I were battling it out, and some of the faster cars were working through us, so we just kind of stuck together, and it paid off in the end because people kept taking out the leader.
And that's how it's supposed to work. So, all right, Mike. Well, tell us about any sponsors you want to mention. Any cool people to thank here?
Well, I want to thank you guys first off, and then Jacob and Tyler for putting this on all season, but also Continental Tires, which is a smart choice in tires. Trading paints, which we got some cool schemes out there for y'all. You know, we couldn't be back-to-back world champions, but I'll take the second place this year.
Absolutely. So if we come back next year, you going to join us?
Absolutely.
Very good. All right. Ryan Lewis, Ryan Eversley, anything for old Mike Kelly?
Well, I just wanted to say thanks again for joining us and supporting, obviously, the series, but as well as the show, and hopefully we can have you back.
Of course, guys. Thank you so much.
Hey, Mike, and as a member of the some erstwhile racing community, thank you and everyone that is a corner worker every weekend. I know that's a hard job, and there's not many of you guys out there that are managing to kind of stick the whole racing industry together. But thank you for you and what all the rest of your gang do.
I really appreciate it. Well, we wouldn't be out there if there were no race cars to watch, so we appreciate you guys too, and always appreciate the waves when we're out there in the corner.
Well, hopefully the racing community can do more than just wave at you in the future.
The beer parties afterwards are usually pretty good. Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Mike.
All right.
Great
Thank
job.
you very much, Mike. But also in the room here, we have a world champion. John Cantu, you there?
World champion! Continental Tire, baby! Couldn't have done it without Ryan and Sean. And Ryan. Had to do it for extra Ryan Lewis there. Thank you very much for being here, bud. But Continental Tire, man, couldn't have not have done it without the Continental Tire support all season long. I want to thank Jacob for the amazing job that he's done. But, no, yeah, seriously, the Continental Tire, the cross contact, you guys got to check it out, you know? Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you so much, Continental. iRacing was just fabulous. Thank you, guys.
So, go ahead. I would
say,
go ahead.
John, we understand that once again your setup was the preferred setup, not only for yourself, obviously, but for your closest competition in the race.
Yeah. The funny thing is I don't do any pre-practice testing for the series. Once the session opens, I start practicing, and whatever comes. So it worked out. There were much faster setups. I don't know what happened to Austin. Austin just kind of gave it to me there. I got to thank him. I think we should send the trophy to Austin. That was amazing. But no, great racing, great stuff. Last week with Mark was amazing. Those trucks were just really fun at Bathurst. On the Continental Tires made it even funner. You know, this week at Darlington is just, you know, amazing stuff Jacob put together this year. I got to say, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll second that. That Jacob did a phenomenal job. This is not easy to do this, and keeping it fun and coming up with all the cool concepts that you guys ran. Even before the stream, you guys did a dozen plus of these, and all the combinations we heard about looked just like a lot of fun. So that's awesome. So you guys were there was a pretty good battle there for P2 with Josh Chin leading. Did you look at that and go, "Oh, this might be for the win"?
You know, I saw him coming, and it was just one of the. He's just that. I mean, I can't. He's better. You know, what do you want to? He's better. You know, he's Josh Chin. You know, I'm only John Cantu. You know, there's a Thursday Night Blunder champion, world champion, yes, but and multiple race winner, yes, and Josh has yet to achieve that, but he's achieved much better things in life, so I'll give him that. But when he came, it was just a whole different class. It was like a nationwide car versus a cup car out there.
But if Josh Chin is leading in your P2, are you aware that there's a good chance that he's not going to win, and this might be for the lead that you're fighting for?
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys couldn't hear it, but I called out. I couldn't do anything. When this race started, I was going to try to get to his bumper and give him a little love, but I just couldn't even get to him. It was just one of those things where, they say it was just, I tried because, Chin can't win, hashtag. Thank you very much. No tire, don't forget. So.
All right. All right. Well, John, I'm proud of you. Obviously, you and I, outside of this, have done several iRaces together, and it was awesome to see you do this. But Ryan, any final thoughts for Mr. Cantu?
Yeah, I was going to say, do you have any feelings about helping add another trophy to the Riley Technologies trophy case?
I just think that with the amazing career that those men have had, to be able to be a part of their legacy is just phenomenal, and it's all part of Continental Tire. Thank you very much, Continental. I want to shed a tear because, I mean, those gentlemen those are two of the most fabulous gentlemen this world has ever seen. So to be able to drive anything they've ever put their hands on, is even in a virtual world, is just, something else. You know what I mean? So couldn't have done it without Continental, though. I got to say, the Continental Tires really. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Well, I think, John, we'll let you go unless Ryan Lewis has anything you want to say, and then we do have one more guest we're going to interview.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
I need to investigate. John, do you offer media training? Because that was one of the most electric interactions I've seen on an interview in a very, very long time. I think you got a future. You could teach some people a thing or two about how to handle an interview. That was awesome.
Thank you very much. It's all the Continental Tires, you got to eat them for breakfast, that's all it is, So
exactly.
Just, Thank you very much,
right,
Ryan
John.
Lewis. And I appreciate what you said about the track workers there, Ryan Lewis. That's very touching, because it is a special thing. So thank you for that, Ryan.
It's an issue close to my heart at the moment. So yeah, I'm trying to do something about it. We'll see.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks again, Dogathan. You're the man.
So
right on. Thanks a lot, guys. Love you guys.
Thanks,
Cheers.
John.
Happy holidays.
Awesome job, mate.
We do have one more guest. Josh Chin is in the room. Josh Chin, you there?
I am.
There. So you knew it was coming.
Oh yeah. It was so obvious. As soon as we got that restart, I'm like, I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to get away.
And so why did you show up? I mean, I'm proud of you. I respect you.
What's wrong with you?
Sucker for punishment. I don't know. I like running with you guys. I haven't had a chance to lately. Thursday's been busy, and I was like, yeah, I'll try it. Riley at Darlington sounds actually, it was a really fun combo. Like,
yeah,
I would actually do a league race with something like this. It was really fun.
You hear what he just said? He would do a league race with this. He just said he would do a real race with this.
Another league,
not
another
our
league,
name.
not just you guys.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. So I mean, obviously you're a glutton for punishment, but when you build up like a 2-3 second lead like you did, and there's 10-15 laps to go, is there a part of you that thinks, I know it's coming, but I can get around it, I can avoid it?
I think even if I didn't wreck, I think Austin was way faster than me that last run. I was on John's setup, and I kept topping the gear out all the way down the backstretch. Like, I'd get halfway down and just... So I kind of figured I was going to get caught, and it was just a matter of time. And this process just got sped up by getting wrecked, but I don't think I was going to win that.
I see.
I mean, it was destiny. I wasn't going to win either way, but on pace alone, I wasn't going to win.
I understand. All right.
Now, Josh, did you go with the Brumos livery because of Hurley Haywood, or is that just what you went with?
It's just what I had on Trading Paints, and I went with it. I don't think I've run this car in like 10 years, so I had no idea what I had on here.
Yeah. Awesome. Any sponsors you want to thank for your dismal performance?
Well, we don't have any right now. So if you want to sponsor Team Hype, talk to Ty Stover or
any sponsors
Tommy Miller.
Any sponsors you want to thank, Josh Chin?
Jesus.
But for putting on the race, got to thank Continental Tire, Dinner with Racers. I'm definitely forgetting some here.
No, that's good.
No, that was it. That's all we needed.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
That's all we needed.
Awesome, man. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us, and always being a glutton for punishment, because you're a really good sport about it.
Thank you guys. I'll eventually get Sean his chicken sandwich one day at Daytona, maybe.
There you go.
You be at Daytona this year? We're gonna see you.
Yep.
We'll both be there.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we'll be there. Come say hi.
I'll be on the hunt.
All right, and so thank you very much, Josh. Congrats to John. Before we get going here, let's we still got Jacob. Tyler, you're still here too as well. I believe.
Yeah, Sean, I texted you about Austin. He was trying to find his way into the Zoom.
I see. Yeah, there was a Jacob email that went out with all the links. There's not much I can do about that. So if he's got it, he can join. But otherwise, we'll get going here. So cool. All right. Well, Tyler Newitt, you've been the admin for years now on this deal. How did this season go for you?
Well, I really just jumped in for the last couple of races. I just need to shout out Jacob for doing all the work and putting it on and letting me be the I guess guest star race director. So yeah, shout out to Jacob. No input from me.
Very good. And of course, that leads us to Jacob. You're on mute right now, but if you want to unmute yourself, there you go. You made this thing happen. So thank you. How was this experience for you?
It was a lot of fun. It's always fun to hang out with all of our fellow Dinner with Racers fans and run dumb races on iRacing and just have some fun on some Thursday nights. So you can't ask for much more.
Nice. All right. So we're still kind of on the unrelated to this. Ryan and I are still working on everything we want to do next year. We'll definitely be back as a podcast and doing some fun stuff. But if we were going to do sort of a continuation of the Thursday Night Blunder series, is this something you guys want to keep doing?
Yeah, we'll keep it going. I think I've got some ideas cooked up for next year, so we should have some fun.
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, thank you. You did a great job. Couldn't be more
you're the man.
appreciative of you keeping this going because, Ryan and I are just sitting here the last 2 weeks taking credit, but we didn't do anything. So well done.
Yeah, thanks, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for coming and spending the last couple Thursdays with us.
Yeah, thank you for doing it. And then Jonathan running the cameras. It's always fun to have you. Obviously, Jonathan is also a fan of our show. So, Jonathan, did you enjoy these last couple weeks?
Absolutely. 2 great Thursday nights to get away from my family and have some laughs and enjoy some quality time with you guys.
Yeah, he's awesome, literally got a kid in the other room with Grandpa babysitting while they watch old Sesame Street YouTubes. That's
nice.
So we got him out of that. So
yeah.
All right. Well, Ryan, we got some motor trends and some podcasts coming up. When's the next launch for us coming?
Well, I'd say we should probably let Ryan Lewis. He also has a kid in the other room. Probably watching videos or something, so should probably let him go. Ryan, when's the next place we'll see you?
I don't know. Friday Challenge probably.
Okay.
Homestead, maybe. I think there's a test at Homestead, and then if not for that, Sonoma. I don't know. I'm all over the place, mate. You know me.
Yep. It's always good to see you. We appreciate you coming and joining in, and I'm not going to forget the Dr. Pepper thing now. Every time I see one, I'm going to think of you.
Yeah,
So,
think about it. Whenever you see someone drinking Dr. Pepper, you're like, are they going to blow up this aeroplane? It's going to make you think twice. Who have they kidnapped? Who's in their trunk?
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, bud.
All right. Well, it's just you and I now.
So
let's give everybody
what do we got going on?
Well, let's give everybody sort of a simulation run of us in the car. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So moving on. Tomorrow. I mean, when are we going to? What can we expect in the way of some more Dinner with Racers magic? It's been a busy few weeks.
Well, if you listen to Mike Rockenfeller's episode, you might have heard who drove us to meet with him. So that would be a little bit of a hint on one of our guests that's coming out, a very successful NASCAR crew chief. And we've obviously got a whole bunch of other podcasts that we've recorded. Jamie Creasy actually requested a guest in the chat room, which is going to be in that batch, so you can figure that out. But we've got tomorrow's Motor Trend video drop, which I know we're both really proud of and had a lot of fun making. It was our most recent trip that we took, so I'm sure some of the social media stuff we were teasing you'll recognize, like maybe a trip to the Kyle Field to go see the Aggies play LSU, and a bunch of other fun things we got to do.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. So yeah, we got a Motor Trend episode dropping tomorrow. We've got still quite a few podcasts coming out over time over the next few weeks. I doubt it'll be one giant batch. I'll probably have a couple batches coming out over the next few days and weeks. But it should be good. We got some. I'm genuinely proud of the ones we have going on, and a few key names mentioned on this broadcast today that you will see come out. And And then some others, when you see them, you'll be like, oh, that'll be interesting because I know they gave them shit in Jamaica.
That's right. So we will both be attending IMSA races next year. So if any of the fans are going to be coming to races, please come say hi to us and come chat. Like, we love that stuff. And we will be making podcasts once again next year with Continental Tire. We're excited about that. And now I'm going to go have sushi with former DWR guest Zach Veach, who just happens to be in town.
Oh, that's cool. And
yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what I'm doing, but
yeah,
it has everything to do with what we just talked about for the last 5 minutes. So, yeah,
exactly.
It's a busy couple days, but it's good. But anyway, Ryan, hopefully you have a good holiday. Hopefully I'm...
Likewise.
Well, the worst case scenario is I die. Or the best case scenario is I die.
Oh. Well, I don't know if I want to say I hope it works out or not.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it is what it is.
Yeah. We'll see where the edit takes me.
That's why we run the races.
You know, you can't win the race in the first corner, but you sure can lose it.
You got to want it.
You got to want it.
You got to really want it.
Do you know, Ryan, how to... Oh, God, I can't even say it. How to make a small fortune.
Small fortune in motorsports.
Racing.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yep.
Did you know that
right.
at the end of January, it's going to be like a 24-hour sprint race at Daytona?
Yeah, it always comes down to the last lap.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to end on this note.
Just sad, dumb comments
about racing.
Like when you're putting a race car together and somebody goes, starting to look like a race car. You're like,
oh.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you
Sure
one of
is.
my worst moments at NBC when I worked there as an intern in like 2001?
Let's hear it.
This is real. And then we'll go because I know Zach Veach is waiting on you. You know, if you're a writer, like making it in Hollywood to the point that you get to have the meeting in NBC, that's a big deal, right?
Yeah, sure.
You know, like you write a script, you try to shop it around. Now you're a known writer. You've done a couple shows before. You get to the development exec. Now you're trying to pitch your pilot. Dude brings in his script, and one of the execs I worked with at the time, held it and said, "Feels funny."
No.
That happened.
No,
Feels
no.
funny. And like at 21 or 22 at the time, it took me everything I had not to say F you. Like I was like, what is this poor man going through who spent his life's work? Like his career gets to this moment and this guy says feels funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But again,
Well,
Ryan, it's not show fun.
Right.
It's show
It's
business.
show business. Yeah. Well, on that note, we hope you guys have a happy holidays, a happy new year. Please be safe. It's a sketchy time of year with bad weather, and just be smart on the holidays, especially with driving. And obviously, if you're on the Smart Choice tires, that's going to give you a leg up. So thanks for